Hello and welcome to my leadership book review presentation. My name is Kelly Sutherland. I'm currently a graduate student at the University of Texas at Arlington in their College of Nursing, and I'm in the Leadership in Complex Healthcare Systems course. The book I chose to review was Leaders Make the Future, 10 New Leadership Skills for an Uncertain World by Bob Johansen. A little bit about the author. Bob Johansen is a well-rounded social scientist who received his PhD from Northwestern University. He then went on to serve as president of the Institute for the Future, known as IFTF, from 1996 to 2004. IFTF is a nonprofit independent research group that specializes in helping organizations make informed decisions about the future. He actually remains on the IFTF board today, helping them write, speak, and interpret IFTF forecasts for organizations. He also successfully either authored or co-authored 10 books, all focusing on leadership. He has a best-selling book called Get There Early, Sensing the Future to Compete in the Present, which was actually selected as one of the top business books in 2007. He's also been known to work with and influence large companies such as Disney, Kraft Foods, P&G, and Hallmark, and many others. The purpose of this book really is to aid leaders in making the future a better place to live through informed decision making. He aims to improve an individual's readiness for the future in the leadership role. This book highlights the changes in how leaders will need to lead in the future. He says, in quote, "Leaders will make the future, but not by themselves and not without new skills," end quote. He also emphasizes the 10 new leadership skills he deems will make a leader successful. They are maker instinct, clarity, dilemma flipping, immerse learning ability, bioempathy, constructive depolarizing, quiet transparency, rapid prototyping, smart mob organizing, and commons creating. He then discusses how to use these skills to be successful in a VUCA world, which he describes as volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. The target audience for this book is really for all leaders, those who currently hold a leadership position and looking to improve their skills, and also for those seeking a leadership role in their organization. All of these leaders should want to be successful, and this book is for those looking to succeed in our uncertain world. Some strengths I noted in this book were that Johansen clearly outlined all 10 leadership skills chapter by chapter. Each chapter is dedicated to defining the leadership skill and how to use it in a variety of situations, such as financial disruption, diasporas, and open source warfare, to name a few. He also provides readers with his own personal experiences, which establishes a connection with the reader and provides them with real-life examples for them to use these new skills. I also found this book very easy to read. It flowed nicely. All ideas were presented in a logical way. And what was very interesting, I found, was that on the inside of the paper cover, he actually illustrates a diagram of the 10 new leadership skills, their descriptions, and the challenges they might face as a leader, which I thought was very useful as a visual representation. There's also an index you can find in the back of the book that easily lets you access certain ideas within the book. And there's also a leadership quiz he provides the reader to assess their strengths of the leader. Some shortcomings I noticed that, although 10 leadership skills are inclusive, that many new skills to incorporate in a leadership style may be overwhelming for the reader to do. It's not very concise. It's very dense in the material. Johansen has also used the term VUCA in a variety of his previous books, so he doesn't do a great job explaining really what this is and expanding on it because he assumes the readers have already read his previous books. He also focuses predominantly on future problems. If a new leader is reading this, I think they should also learn tools to deal with current ideas or current issues. As Johansen himself says, quote, "Leaders need to reflect on the future, but they must also make decisions in the present," end quote. Johansen also goes in depth about all 10 leadership skills, yet he only provides a very short one-page conclusion, and I think it would benefit the reader to have a more in-depth synthesis of all the book's material. And as far as achieving objectives, I do think Johansen easily achieved all of them intended for this book. He clearly outlines all the leadership skills that he hopes the reader will incorporate into their style. Each skill has its own dedicated chapter. And he also uses successful organizations as evidence to support the importance of these skills. For example, in the Quiet Transparency chapter, he uses the hiking boot company Timberland and their carbon footprint measurement that they release to the public as an example of what quiet transparency is in a successful company. Some recommendations that I would definitely recommend this book to new leaders, as it can build a strong foundation for leadership skills and gives them a variety of examples of how to successfully use them in difficult situations. I think the goal of this book was to prepare the future leaders for the future, and it also helps them develop a vision. I also think that this book would be good for more traditional leaders who might be resistant to change, as this book emphasizes how our world is always changing and it's uncertain, and therefore leaders must adapt with it to be successful. At this time, I can take any questions. Feel free to ask me anything, and I would like to thank you for your time. Thank you.